episode of Super Reaction Bros. I'm
Christopher.
And on today's episode, we finally, in our case, get to look at the official teaser trailer for the new MCU... I was going to say villain for some reason. The new MCU film.
Yes.
Not a sequel to something, not a spin-off something. It's been a while since we got just one character film from Marvel, but for the MCU, and that's of course talking about Shang-Chi
and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah. So by the name of it, you already know what the Ten Rings are. It was brought up multiple times in the first two Iron Man.
They teased a lot of it back in the other films.
Then they tried to do something clever with Mandarin. That didn't work out, so they did one shot too.
Iron Man,
Then they did that one shot where they retconned it, and there is a real Mandarin out there.
Yeah.
And here we are. So yeah, Shang-Chi. We know Shang-Chi is being played by Simu Liu.
Oh yes. Don't know.
He is, for us, he's done a bunch of different things in movies. He's even a stunt guy.
Yeah.
But we know him from Kim's Convenience.
Yeah.
It's this Canadian sitcom about a Korean family that runs a convenience store.
It's a great series. Definitely check it out. It's on Netflix.
And for the most part, well, it doesn't show his series chops. It does show he has good comedic chops.
He has really good comedic chops to it.
He's been petitioning this before they made the invitation. He was always petitioning to be playing a Marvel hero.
Yeah, and to me, this is Marvel's first big attempt, for me personally, I think, for a film on a character that pretty much is not as big as what you get from Iron Man or Captain America.
Shang-Chi came out during a time where Marvel was coming out with different stories, different comics, and one they came out with called Master Kung Fu Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And yeah, so his origin story is very interesting because he was originally based off an iconic Asian character from
his character so many times.
But they retconned him that story, and then eventually when they brought him back to nowadays, they retconned him some more. But basically, the whole story is that in the original story, he worked for his dad, doing jobs for him. Turns out his dad was a bad guy, so he decided to switch sides, and that was where his story took off. And eventually, it came to a point where he just became an iconic martial artist in the universe. Because right now, for AMCU fans, you know Iron Fist, you know Darks of the Dragon, Misty Knight, and
which, from the sounds of all this, you think, ooh, will they ever have them meet up or team up? That's what we're hoping. That'd be cool to see Iron Fist return and at least have some redemption after, the series and stuff like that. So
yeah, so I mean, and there's still the question of how big of a factor this plays into the future.
And into this new phase, how is it going to factor into it? Because of where all the Marvel stuff's being lined up at. So
with an actual Mandarin villain this time.
Yeah, actual Mandarin, not a actor, so let's dive into this for the official teaser trailer. It's a full trailer for Marvel Studios' Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. So here we go.
So they're keeping with that.
They're keeping to the whole
his father was a bad guy.
I trained you. So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side. That's not going to happen.
Oh, damn. know what? They cast Awkwafina. They need the comedic relief.
They need that comedic
But
relief.
you know what's funny? We already know Simu Liu can do that comedic relief too.
Yeah, so it's like now it's like the rules of Switch where he's got to play the serious role.
So it's what it sounds like is they're keeping with the kind of the original origin story where his father was a villain. Yeah. But the difference is he let him live his life for 10 years outside, and now it's come back.
Now he's got to come back to this world.
So are they implying it's the Mandarin that's his father, or are they implying the mask guy?
That's what I said. That's what I'm trying to think of. I think they're implying that the Mandarin is his father. Pretty much, that's what they are. Because it sounds like they tried to keep him hidden away. They trained him, but kept him hidden away. And then after, he was fully trained, they're like, you could go live your life for at least 10 years, enjoy life, enjoy the outside world, But then it's like after that 10 years, you must come back. It's like you must enter my world now. And it feels like now that it's like he's finally lived and enjoyed his life, he's coming back and now starting to really truly see who his father is.
Yeah, this scene with the valet, everybody's like, it's giving me these vibes, and it cuts to the Key and Peele valet.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what they're hinting though. That's what they're hinting though. It sounds like they're hinting that his father is the Mandarin. And we're slowly seeing his rise as the Mandarin. And it looks like this time it doesn't look like rings. It looks like more rings like that's on the arm.
We'll have to wait and see on that. We're not entirely sure if the rings are just a metaphor for the name of the organization or if there's legit 10 rings. Yeah, we don't know how the MCU is going to spin it.
Yeah, because I know for the Mandarin it was always the power of like the rings that he possesses. That's what it was. It was always the rings on his fingers. So unless they're switching up this to make it rings on his arms, who knows?
And of course, with them saying he's been part of that, he's been like given a leeway for 10 years. We already know half those years was the snap.
Blip.
Was the snap the blip?
Will they bring that information up? Was he one of them that disappeared? It's like that. That's the
will he try to defend like his 10 years that he didn't have half those years, indicating that Shang-Chi was snapped?
Yeah, indicating maybe he was snapped. Even if he wasn't, how did it affect his 10 years? After everything, when everything went down.
Yeah, this is technically the second MCU film for Phase 4. Second film.
Yeah.
Because the first is Black Widow, the second Shang-Chi, and the third is going to be in November with Eternals.
Yeah.
So we still even got a trailer for Eternals yet.
And that's supposed to come out this fall. This was supposed to come out this fall.
This was supposed to come out in July, but they pushed it to September 3rd instead because they're putting on Black Widow in July, and they finally decided they're going to do the premiere access plan, which I just thought about it. I'm like, cool. So it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. And even that, remember, you have Eternals, and then remember, in December, that's what I believe it was in December, they've already said that we were getting Spider-Man before the end of this year as well, remember?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Before, it's like, we're getting all those films
within the span of a couple months between. I told you before, in the span of a couple months between each other.
Marvel's literally kind of rank it in as
July's Black Widow, September Shang-Chi, November's Eternal, and then a month later is the Spider-Man
film, which, again, these are the films that are like, where's the teaser?
But regardless, honestly, this does look good based off a little bit we've seen of it. This was definitely a teaser. But yeah, it's one of those things where we know, based off what we've seen of both seasons of Iron Fist, based off what we've seen of any martial arts or any other MCU stuff, that we know
if they can keep it up like they did with some of those, especially like Daredevil and stuff like that. If they can keep it up to the level with that type of fighting, you really have to sell that he is this master of kung fu.
So yeah, visually this looks impressive. Definitely gave me like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon vibes in some of the shots.
Yeah.
MCU shots, as it were, of course, but like
it looks like it's like we are not heading back in time, but it looks like they're like telling a story or something like that. Because you see like old battles. It looks like.
Yeah, I know the Master has a name in the comics, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, but like you said though, it's like since he's got that background, I'm hoping they really use his full potential in his background of like the stunt work and some of the fighting. And
of course, you can tell there's gonna be a lot of this where he did his own stunts.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying for him to do his own stunts, but I'm talking about like how we're just mentioning, how they did with like Daredevil stuff like that. Like, what's really great is if you get those good single shots, not cutting every time to certain things, but have those good long, elongated type of shots where it's like you see the fighting going on for like a little bit. You're like, holy crap, this is good. That's.
I think martial arts films have ruined us.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the thing is that it's like that's what we're looking for in a great martial arts film. It's a type of like, you know, it's like don't give us too many cut shots. Just give us that one solid shot, or at least a long enough shot going. That was one full shot right there. You know.
Yeah. So other than that, folks, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button if you want to talk to us more about stuff like this. Comment down below if you want to share us around, share it around, and if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else. When it comes to talking about Marvel Cinematic Universe films, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys thought of this next Marvel movie. You know, are you guys hopeful for this one, especially if you've never really heard of this character? I know we haven't really, only like little sites in here and there, but pop up, but nothing too major of this character. But what do you guys hope for it? You know, and just let us know what you guys' thoughts are. You know, what are you hoping for this martial arts film? Put down what you thought of our reaction overall, but most importantly, we thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And of course, this has been a very Shang-Chi filled episode of SRB.
See you
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.